is a diagnostic and benchmarking test which is used across a lot of schools in India and even outside India. What we mean by benchmarking is it tells you where you stand compared to the others who have also done the test, right? So for example, if a school is doing the test, asset test, and if a classroom is doing the test, where does that class perform compared to the other students of that same class who have also done the test? And that is what benchmarking means. The way teachers can use this information, and asset provides benchmarking at various different levels. So let's say there is a school owner who owns a group of schools. We provide benchmarking saying that this is where your group of schools perform compared to others in the country. Similarly, we provide benchmarking at a school level, we provide benchmarking at a classroom level, at a student level. The way teachers can use this benchmarking information and you integrate it back into their teaching learning cycle is to see performance of individual questions, how their students have fared on that question compared to others who have taken the test, right? So let's say, for example, there are two questions. On the first question, the classroom has scored say 30%. Overall average on that first question is 30%. And nationally, if you see, the performance was 60%, which means that her classroom is performing below the national average, right? And which means that is an area where her classroom needs to probably she needs to focus on that topic and help her classroom come up to that level. Compared to another question, the second, where her classroom is at 50%, but nationally the performance is 40%. So while at one hand the performance is only 50%, but it is still better than what nationally students are doing. And it probably indicates that it is probably a strength in her classroom. So again, I think the way teachers can use benchmarking information is to go back at a question level to see where her students are compared to the overall or the national average that is there on that question. Identify questions where her class average is lower than the national average, and probably identify ways to then overcome some of those gaps that exist. This is one way by which teachers can use this benchmarking information, and I think there are other benchmarking reports which also are given to the teachers in terms of, let's say, at a skill level, where does the classroom stand compared to others, or as a class as a whole, where does the class stand compared to others. I think the most granular information, which is at the question level, is probably the most useful for the teacher, where she knows that, okay, this is the question, this is the topic it was teaching, and this is where my students need to focus on in that particular topic.